Hey, it's Al, Danae's spiritual abundance coach. This story is about being and spiritual abundance. At first, we have abundance. We're trying to figure out how to get that abundance. And over time, we realize that we connect to it. It's part of us. And we get to the point that we're strong enough, we stop worrying about it, and it just becomes abundance all around us. Some of you will have experienced things like this also. So it's a confirmation or affirmation that abundance works in different ways. And sometimes spirit gives it to you, and sometimes there's a lesson. That's what my stories are about. Back in 2001, I'm about to go through a divorce, and we got two little kids, and my ex is still with me. We're still friends, but it's about to end very soon. And there's a band that came to town, and I really liked their song. They are called the Proclaimers, and the song is called I'm Gonna Be. And I really liked that tune. They were coming to a large bar in our city, and I wanted to get tickets. I wanted to go and just clear my mind of all the bad things that were going around me. It wasn't just like my divorce. I was going through dark night of the soul and a lot of different things. So I decided I'm going to go get some tickets or see if I can get some. I went in the bar and I asked the woman there, can I buy some tickets? And she said, there are no tickets left. And I said, none at all. And she said, no. And I said, are there like even more expensive ones or anything? And she said, no. She said, you can't get any. So I left and I went into my vehicle. And instead of driving away, I drove to the curb in front of their front door, which is probably at least 15 feet from the door. I sat in my vehicle and I was thinking, how am I going to get these tickets? What am I going to do with these tickets? And I didn't know why I was standing there or sitting in the vehicle. In my head, it wasn't possible, but in a way, I thought maybe it is, and I'll see if I could figure it out. So I was trying to figure it out. And then all of a sudden, a person knocked on my window. And he said, are you the one looking for tickets? And I said, yes. He said, how many do you want? I said, well, I don't know. He's kind of aggravated. He goes, how many do you want? 2 or 4? I said, I'll take 4. And I said, how much are they? He says, they're free. And then he said, if you sell them, I will kill you. He was kidding, but he was not kidding. He's like, he's giving me tickets. He's giving me 4 tickets, but I cannot resell them or pawn them or whatever I'm going to do with them. I just said, thank you very much. And I drove away. See you later. Then I went back home and I just told my wife at the time what happened. And then we invited our friends to come over. And the hardest part was explaining to them how I got the tickets. They were kind of shocked. So what does that mean? Why did that happen? Because it doesn't happen very often, but it does happen in certain ways, which I'll go in other stories about. Number one, abundance came to me for something I really wanted. I decided to go there, but I think something at a higher level had already decided for me, and I just needed to go take that step. There are a lot of things that were going wrong in my life. There were a lot of things I was losing about abundance. I was losing material things. I was losing relationship. I was losing flexibility. I was losing all those things. But I decided in my head, and I had my focus on what I wanted. Now, this hasn't always worked out. I haven't done this very often, but sometimes when I tried, it didn't work out, or I might have learned something through it. But this time I just went and there was a connection at some level. I had to take action. It's very important. If I'm just sitting on the couch complaining or seeing the things that are wrong, it's not going to happen. I had to go. I had to go. That is my story. If you still stuck it through and you listen to this and you feel like leaving a comment or sending me an email, I would love to hear your story. Okay, talk to you on the next one. Bye-bye.